There is one dark day in the lives of Indian children, the day when they are forcibly taken away from those who love and care for them, from those who speak their language. They are dragged, some screaming and weeping, others in silent terror, to a boarding school where they are to be remade into white kids.
By the late 19th century, the Indian Wars were over. The United States seized on a ruthless strategy to assimilate native children to a subordinate place in white-dominated society. Government-run boarding schools.
I was 5 years old. My mother was crying and they were taking us off, and my sister Audrey, who also, you know, was like a second mother to me and a very close friend as a sister, and my brother Mark, they were very sad. Within 2 hours or so after the buses filled up and we were down the road, this is the furthest I've ever been from my home in my life. And then, of course, it turns into evening and we arrive at this place.
I ended up in a place where nothing made any sense at all. You know, it wasn't home. It wasn't. I didn't know anything about school. Nobody ever told me anything about school. I didn't even know what the education was. I remember that I wanted to go home, period. I didn't want to be there, I just wanted to go home.
And we all had to strip down naked, and then they put the DDT on us. They line us up, they're cutting our hair. You have long hair, you have braids, and then that gets cut off. And I would say within a matter of an hour and a half, we're standing there, all looking alike.
Between the 1870s and the 1960s, over 100,000 Indian children were sent to one of the nearly 500 boarding schools scattered across the United States.
Through the agencies of the government, they are being rapidly brought from their state of comparative savagery and barbarism to one of civilization.
We couldn't sing any native songs or tribal songs. They just started using English. You could not use any other language. And we'd whisper it. Pass the bequajigan, pass the bread over. It's like I had to be two people. I had to be Nawacumig, I had to be Dennis Banks. Nawacumig is my real name, my Ojibwe name. Dennis Banks had to be very protective of Nawacumig. And so I learned who the presidents were, and I learned the math, I learned the social studies, I learned the English, and Nawacumig was still there.
This is the education that was promised us, that was guaranteed us through the treaties. But it wasn't. It's torture, brainwashing. They called us many different names. Savage, dumb. And we got beat for looking like an Indian, smelling like an Indian, even speaking Indian. Everything I did.
Their de-Indianization program, it failed. But the toll was devastating. It destroyed our family. It destroyed the relationship we had with our mother. I could never regain that friendship, loveship relationship that I had with my mother. It wasn't there anymore. And that's what, to this day, I keep thinking that, you know, damn this government, what it did to me and what it did to thousands of other children across this country.